Hello everybody, it's Adrian here at Motor City Musings again. Today we're in Pontiac, Michigan and M1 Concourse for the American Festival of Speed.
Hello everybody, it's Adrian here with another episode of Motor City Musings. So today we're going to talk about another event and a location that in less than a decade has rapidly become one of the focal points of the automotive culture and hobby here in the Motor City region, and that is the M1 Concourse. And an event they started a few years ago and are trying to build up, known as the American Speed Festival. M1 Concourse is effectively a country club for cars. There are various of these around the country. A couple of the better known ones are the Thermal Club in Palm Springs, California, and the Monticello Motor Club in New York. But the issue with both of those is time to get there, distance from their major metropolitan areas. Thermal Club is about 3 hours from San Diego or LA, and Monticello is probably at least 2 hours from downtown Manhattan, New York area. The great advantage of M1 Concourse is it's only 35 minutes from downtown Detroit and only about 10 to 15 minutes from the wealthier suburbs of Birmingham, Bloomfield, etc.
Well, on track right now we've got members in their own cars, so let's head down and see what else we can find.
So, M1 Concourse. M1 might sound a strange name for a facility, but it actually comes from the street right outside. That is the famous Woodward Avenue, home of the Woodward Dream Cruise and also the first paved street in the United States, and that was before the auto industry. The actual site the facility is located on has been involved with the auto industry since 1905. There were a number of different auto manufacturing facilities and plants on the site. Most of the time it was owned by General Motors, and the facility was finally abandoned in the early 2000s. Rough history of the place itself. In 2014 the land was purchased, ground was broken in 2015, the 1.5 mile track and the first phase of garages were finished the following year in 2016, and work has continued with more facilities and more garages since then. As the name would suggest, American Speed Festival is modelled after the world-renowned Goodwood Festival of Speed. Like the Goodwood Festival, it's not pure racing and it's not a static car show. It's an opportunity for the public to come and see some amazing racing cars actually being driven. The circuit isn't big enough for racing, but the vehicles are out there being driven as fast as their owners like. Some of these are pro drivers, some of these are just gentlemen collectors. There was a variety of different classes for the on-track action. There were supercars, historic endurance and sports racing cars, a drift demonstration with drift cars, sprint cars, Ferrari challenge vehicles, various vintage Indy roadsters and Indy race cars, some classic stock cars, and various demonstrations by pro drivers and pro vehicles. So let's look at some of the cars. First we've got some of the old stock cars. While some of these were being driven quite hard, others are very old, delicate cars and were just out for display. Next we have some of the old Indy cars and Indy roadsters. Check out this pre-war Indy car. At first you may think it's going slow, but watch the driver. As he's coming into the corner, his hand is on the outside mechanical brake. That just works on the rear tyres only, nothing on the front. Then as he gets to the corner, look at that outside rear tyre. Look at how it's bending over. Can you imagine driving something like this around Indianapolis Motor Speedway for 5 or 6 hours to complete the 500-mile race, all the while surrounded by 32 other cars? Now the sprint cars. These things are insane. Small, light, designed for half-mile dirt ovals turning left only. They are absolutely fish out of water here. You'll notice they're going backwards around the course. Backwards allows these cars to have more left than right turns, but even so, it just isn't what they're designed for. We'll finish off with some of the shots of some of the pros, some of the supercars, and some of the owners in their toys running around having fun. And that is the M1 Concourse facility and the relatively new event, the American Speed Festival. So that's it from Motor City Musings and myself, Adrian, for today. I'll be back with another video on Friday. In the meantime, please do your social media duty, like, subscribe and share this with other people.